Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. It's weather for Weather Geeks time. Before we get to the weather, let's talk a little astronomy this evening. Of course, we have our partial solar eclipse. Now, this is kind of a tough one for us. This is, one of those cool things that happens from time to time, but our timing could be a little bit better. Yes, we're going to have a clear sky for the most part this evening, but this is going to be real low in the western sky. You're not going to be able to really see this unless you have a clear view of the western horizon. It would help if you got up, on a hill where you have some height. There's no trees in your way. And the timing could be better also because this is occurring right before sunset, and the peak eclipse is going to be right around sunset. So it'd be nice if we lived in the west and the sun was higher in the sky for us to see this. But if you do plan on heading outside and trying to check this out, a little common sense here. Don't look directly at the sun, even during a partial or even full solar eclipse. It's not a real great idea to look at the sun. There are things you can do. You may remember being back in school during perhaps an eclipse and building one of these gadgets here, a box with a pinhole. You can look indirectly that way. Oops, my browser's telling me it's out of date. We'll ignore that. One of these boxes with a pinhole that you can cover with a little aluminum foil, and you can see the sun on the side of the cardboard box being eclipsed a little bit, so you're not looking directly at it. There's a few different ways you can do that. I would just look on the internet to find some of the better ideas. But nonetheless, this is a nice graphic put together by the National Weather Service in Pittsburgh. The timing's similar here in Youngstown as to Pittsburgh. This starts at about 5:45 this evening. Maximum eclipse right around sunset. And sunset this evening, I think, is at 6:30, 6:31. And we're looking for about 30% of the sun to be obscured by the moon. Again, this is a partial eclipse. This picture down in the lower left may be kind of representative of what it should look like here in northeast Ohio and into western Pennsylvania. So that's the story on the eclipse. All right, our weather this afternoon is, boy, a lot nicer than it has been. We have sunshine out there. There's a field of fair weather cumulus clouds, but we don't mind those. It is very nice compared to the last few days. And early afternoon temperatures are in the upper 50s, getting pretty close to where we should be here in late October, which our normal high is about 60 degrees. So we're in pretty good shape this afternoon. As we take a look at the broader picture here, I'll take off the temperatures again. This system out here across the Midwest is going to weaken as it comes east. I've been talking about how Friday is likely to be somewhat cloudier than today, and I still think that's true. This shield of clouds will keep propagating east, and although the rain that is occurring now out across the Midwest, to Wisconsin included, that's going to shrivel up before it reaches us. No rain expected. I do think we'll see some clouds from that weakening front during the course of tomorrow. Here, of course, is our big nor'easter on the East Coast with more wind and rain for parts of New England and the mid-Atlantic states as well. So, rest of the work week, no rain, just a little bit cloudier tomorrow. Let's talk about the weekend. And the weekend's still looking pretty good. Although, again, the forecast has changed a little bit since a couple of days ago. This front that will come through dry late on Saturday will kick up the breeze, and it will bring us kind of a mackerel sky at times on Saturday, mixed bag of clouds and sun. But more importantly, the air mass behind the front is kind of sneaky chilly. It's cooler than the models were hinting at a few days ago. So this will be a little shot of cooler air that comes down for Sunday. Sunday's still going to be a fine day with high pressure situated just to our south and west. But instead of the middle and upper 60s like we'd hoped for a couple of days ago, we're talking about middle and upper 50s, maybe close to 60 in some spots. Good day to rake on Sunday. There won't be as much of a breeze as on Saturday. Good day to get outside and do anything, really, on Sunday. Browns are at home Sunday late afternoon. Steelers are at home, I believe, this weekend as well. All right, so let's talk about early next week then, and this is when the warmth is coming. High pressure slips off to the east on Monday, and Monday starts chilly, but we get into the 60s in the afternoon, mid-60s perhaps. Then the southwest wind really picks up as we go into Tuesday ahead of our front, and Tuesday's our real warm day. Gusty breeze, and the models are starting to converge on an idea now as far as the timing of this rain, suggesting it may not get here until Tuesday night into Wednesday. And if we get through all of Tuesday dry, then temperatures are really off to the races. I wouldn't be shocked if we had a 74, 75 if we had enough sunshine on Tuesday. But then the front comes through on Wednesday with a band of showers, and behind that front, a return to seasonable chill, not cold, but seasonable chill end of next week. What about the longer range? Let's take a look at the overall weather patterns here as we head through the next couple of weeks. This is at the what we call the 500 millibar level, which is about 18,000 feet up in the air, not as high as airplanes fly, but a good level to look at to see the overall progression of ridges and troughs throughout the world, and we're focused, of course, on North America here. Here we go with early next week. This is Monday evening. Notice what we have going on here. A nice ridge poking up out of the south. That's our warm air. Here's that approaching trough of low pressure. It'll be moving through then during midweek. So let's skip ahead to midweek then. Here's Wednesday. That trough weakens, but it does come through. The end of next week and into Halloween. Halloween is next Friday. Looking like, the models are trying to bring another ridge to the east. We'll see how this goes. But if this ends up being right, our cool down after our midweek frontal passage next week could be pretty brief. And then we could warm things up pretty nicely again, maybe not in time for Halloween, but certainly as we head into November. This is not a cold weather pattern we have coming up. We're going to be at or above average quite a bit of the time, it looks like, for the first week of November. This is Monday the 3rd. This is the day after we've changed the clocks. And overall pattern here, ridge centered down along the Gulf of Mexico, warm air here in the east, a little bit of a weak trough out west, but again, not a cold pattern to kick off November, it looks like this time around. All right, we have a date set for the debut of our winter forecast for 2014-2015. It'll be 1 week from tonight. We're going to preview it, a little preview snippet on 21 News at 6, next Thursday the 30th. But then next Thursday the 30th at 11, that's when we're going to do the full winter forecast. Don't want to give away things, but just a quick review of last winter. Of course, it was harsh, it was cold, it was snowy. Here's the snow totals from last winter. We checked in 4th place here with 90.1 inches of snow. And that, of course, is at the Youngstown Warren Airport, southeastern Trumbull County. Your mileage can vary on these snow amounts. If you live in southern Columbiana County, of course, you had quite a bit less than 90 inches. If you live in northern Trumbull County, closer to the snow belt, you had well over 100 inches last year. But the total at the Youngstown Warren Airport, where the official records are kept, 90 inches. Now, an average winter for southern Trumbull County, where the airport is about 64 inches. So we were about 26 inches above average last winter. Temperatures, of course, were cold. The heart of the cold last winter was actually not even here. It was in the upper Midwest, where it was just a remarkably, remarkably cold winter. Our temperature anomaly for last winter was about -4. In other words, when you average together December, January, February, it was about 4 degrees below average for those 3 months. That is not record-breaking, but yes, it is significant. It was a cold winter. As far as what to expect this winter, I don't want to drop too many hints on you. You just want to be sure and tune in. We're gonna do the forecast on TV, of course, but I'm also going to have a special Weather for Weather Geeks long-form, internet-only video to go along with this, and all of this is late next week. So be sure and tune in for that. In the meantime, thank you for watching today's Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you once again tomorrow afternoon and also tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11.